Hello, welcome to African Lifestyle. My name is Araba and my co-host
Kobe.
Today we have Miss former model from Guinea here, and we'd like her to introduce herself.
Well, thank you very much, Araba, and thank you for having me. My name is Hawa Dialloh, and I'm a former model from Guinea.
Okay.
I've been modeling pretty much, I started modeling at the age of 16, and once I moved to the United States, I continued my modeling here and went on for about 2 to 3 years in New York and did a little bit of modeling, of course, in Paris as well. I worked a lot with Essence magazine, and I've done a campaign for Target for Black History Month. I was a face of Target for quite some time. And of course, Dudley's product, I was a spokesmodel for them as well. And beside that, I've done a TV commercial here and a lot of different magazines and spreads and couple runways here and there. And so I currently live in Washington, D.C., married, no, in Maryland, pretty much, married, and I'm a mother of 2.
That's nice.
And I work in the area, and I'm also producing a pageant here in the U.S. that we started last year called Miss Guinea USA. But we just changed the name to Miss Guinea North America this year. And we're going to have our second pageant in July of this year at the Clarice Smith Performing Arts Center, the University of Maryland in College Park. And we pretty much changed the name because we wanted to extend it to girls in Canada who are also very interested in the pageant. But the pageant is strictly for Guinean girls in the diaspora.
Why?
Well, because it is to promote Guinea, it is to promote my country, to promote the culture of my country, and also encourage young Guinean girls here in the U.S. to continue their education. It is a scholarship pageant, and we pay up to 1 semester of tuition for the winner. And so it's a way to encourage them to stay in school and help them through the process. And also, last year, the first runner-up, not the winner, went to China and represented our country for the first time that Guinea was ever represented in an international beauty pageant. It's called Miss Tourism Queen International, where you had about 94 countries represented. And she got there a week late, and then she managed to place second runner-up in the pageant internationally.
That's nice.
And it's a first for my country. And one of the other reasons also why we do this pageant is to promote tourism towards my country. You know, Guinea has gone through a lot, and we're still going through a lot of changes, but it is a very beautiful country. And we're hoping that once everything changes, things stabilizes, hopefully with our own little contribution, we'll be able to, you know, redirect tourism to Guinea and help boost the economy through that, you know, by the different cultural things that we present in through the pageant.
Why not do it Miss African USA? Because I know somebody
Well,
does
there is
that.
a Miss Africa USA pageant. They are our partners. It's a very good organization. They're based in Atlanta, Georgia, and this year they'll be doing their pageant right here in Washington, D.C., like I think about 10 days right after my pageant. So it's going to be a busy week for Africans, you know, in the metropolitan area. They are our partners. We're not in competition with them. We support them. They support us. You know, they started the Miss Africa already before us, and we respect that. And our pageant gets to represent Guinea at Miss Africa with them.
Inside the
at the Miss Africa pageant. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What are the qualifications you have to join?
Well, the pageant itself, you have to be between 17 and 27 years old, not married, no children, and from Guinean nationality, you know, Guinean descent. You know, it doesn't have to be, even if you were born here, if one of your parents are Guinean, then you automatically qualify to
So you
to be
definitely
part of the
have to
pageant.
be.
You have to have some kind of connection to Guinea.
But can somebody come from Africa, like Guinea, country in Africa, be part of it?
We haven't opened it to that yet. This is called Miss Guinea North America. We have a national pageant in Guinea that just started last year as well. We had not had a pageant for 26 years in Guinea. And there's a young lady like myself that started the pageant in Guinea. And last year, their winner, I had their winner come and crown my winner. And I went to Guinea before the pageant, I had a press conference. I met with the government officials just so they understand the work that we're doing here to promote Guinea and understand their part of the work as well. And then, of course, I had the winner come here and promote and crown our winner. And this year, again, I'm bringing the winner from Guinea to crown the winner for Miss Guinea North America. You know, just to promote that sisterhood and make sure.
To promote the country too.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are some of the stuff you're doing to help the ladies back home?
Other than the pageants here, some of the things that I started doing last year when I went back home was to start putting young girls through school. I do sponsor a nonprofit organization in a small town in Guinea called Freya. I was born there as well, so I started there. And you know, there's a nonprofit organization on the ground there. They don't have the means to really carry on their work. So what I do, I sponsor them, and then we put the project together and they execute the project, and then they report back to me. And if I can go, of course, I make sure I go and be part of it. And one of the things that we did last July when I was back home was to, we had prepared it actually a year before. We went around and randomly selected 5 little girls from 5 very, very poor families per se that could not ever think about putting their young girls through school. They don't have one single family member ever going to school, you know, first grade or even kindergarten. So we had these 5 young girls selected, and then they sent me the documents and the paperwork and everything. And then I decided to go to Guinea, and then I went to Guinea and then did everything we had to do. We have them in small private schools right now in Freya because it's easier for us to control them and then follow their progress and everything. So we had a meeting with the private school directors and teachers and everything. It was a little ceremonial thing. And then I paid all their tuitions, you know, brought all their school supplies with me and everything. And then I'm going to be following these young girls every year, hopefully through high school. And then if this is successful in the next 2 years, we get to repeat it with 5 more girls, 5 new girls. Good. And then we're going to keep adding on like that. And beside that, we're working on a couple other projects. Hopefully, if we're able to raise funds and then get people to help us out, you know, in the area of, you know, creating small micro project, economic project for women, you know, in small villages and small communities where they pretty much not doing much with their time. And also, we campaign a lot against female genital mutilation in Guinea, which is a very, very big thing. It's still being practiced to date in Guinea. So it's a lot of people are still campaigning against it, but there's not much. We still can do a lot more. The fight is just beginning. So it is something that is very special to me because I am a victim of female genital mutilation myself. And it's something that I take very seriously. And I try as much as I can to voice it and make sure, you know, we bring an end to it. The government has already put a law in place against female, but it's not enforced. So women are still practicing it. It's not something that is religious, like some people would say. It's not something that is, it's just a cultural thing that is very negative, and we have to take time in educating, you know, our communities, our ladies, our moms, you know, on the very, you know, the bad side, the side effects of female genital mutilation on women. So that's something that I take very seriously. And, you know, so we're doing a lot of campaign. We're just starting. And hopefully we'll be able to join forces with other organizations here in the U.S. and in Europe, maybe, that will help us more in making sure, you know, our voice is heard, and that hopefully we can put an end to this.
That's